We're going to make this the meal that is so satisfying that I'm going to be left with only this. I'm not going to eat anything else till tomorrow, same time at noon. Hey guys, and welcome to Geroy Reviews. So I finally got to my next thing that I want to do. My idea that I want to propose to you guys, if you don't have a treadmill at home, like I do, because months ago, before I ever knew that this is going to happen, I bought the treadmill, as many of you know, and this is amazing, especially in this moment, because I get to do my steps for the day, I get to run, I get to actually study on the treadmill because I just put my laptop on it and it's great. I get to run on Zwift, which is an app that I showed you in the previous video. It's for a bike and for running. So that is super productive and it's actually pretty motivating for me. But what you are going to do if you don't have anything like that at home, well, first I invest you when this whole crisis is over. I hope that it is very soon for all of us. For you to really think about investing in some fitness equipment at home. Right now everything is sold out all around the world, including here in Bulgaria. But in the future, guys, I'm pretty sure that you now know how important it is to have something like that in your home. It's going to be so valuable to you for your health and all of that. But since that we are in a situation for most people where they don't have such thing in their houses, I'm going to propose to you the following thing. How do you do your cardio? There are several options, of course. How do you do your cardio at home? First, let's dance actually. Just go at the biggest room at your home, whatever that is, when you have more space, and you put on your best music that you enjoy, that has the most rhythm, that just makes you want to dance and all of that. It's very important, guys, and it's very positive for you to do something like that. So my advice to you, just get up in the morning, get a glass of water. Maybe you just put the glass of water next to your bed, or get a very nice bottle of water that looks very nice so that you want to drink from it. After that, go and get your coffee, make your coffee, if you drink coffee, or make your black tea instead of coffee, or green tea, something that will make you feel a lot better. And after that, when you maybe go to the bathroom because of that coffee or water, whatever, you put the music on, guys, yes, from the morning, and you start working out, and that's gonna be your cardio for the start of the day. Not only that this is going to make you wake up faster, not only that this is going to have a positive impact on your whole day and how you're feeling throughout the day, but it's gonna make you move, it's gonna make you burn more calories, because if you want to kickstart your metabolism, when you get up from the bed, the thing that you must do is to move as much as you can. And one thing that we did had so far to have the regular 9-to-5 job is to get up in the morning and go to work, which means that immediately from after 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whatever it is, you're getting up and moving earlier in the day. But now, if you're not doing that, you are missing out on that factor, and your body is not used to that, so you can gain weight only from the fact that you're missing that part of the day, that part of the habit, and the initial movement. So let's start. Put your best music on that you love and enjoy. I advise that you maybe want to make a playlist of your favorite songs. Let's say that this list has to last for about 20 minutes. So 20 or 30 minutes, I recommend 30 minutes of solid dancing, and then you can start with some other exercises. So first thing in the morning, put your music on and let's do this. Never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Okay guys, so after you got a bit of dancing, I suggest you grab some weights. If you don't have some weights, you can just grab 2 bottles of mineral water or whatever water it is, just like some half-a-liter bottles, whatever is comfortable for you, and you can continue with the music and just grab the little weights. Okay, so these are 3.8 kilos, but they feel heavier. Just whatever you feel that is good for you, and just start like this. Of course, you can do this as long as you feel like it, but you are going to feel it, so keep in mind that. Don't forget to breathe. It's very important. Then next thing that you can do is just go to the floor and do a bit of running there. So let's see how that's gonna happen. Okay guys, so maybe some pull-ups. If you know, you can get one of these very cheap now, like $25 or something. So if you have a door that you can hang that thing on, I recommend you do it. So yeah, let's do some pull-ups. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never. Okay guys, so that is for the quick workout to start your day. Of course, if you have some weights, continue with that after the dancing. So that would make you having, you know, first your cardio, then your weights, which is also awesome because after you eat, you know, that food will know where to go. I mean that your body is going to be programmed by your activity that you just did, you know, with the cardio and the weightlifting, to absorb that food faster and put those nutrients into your muscles. So that is a very great strategy. I have done a lot of times after eating or before eating to work out, and I really see like rapid results with that. Maybe just me, but I literally tested this so many times, guys. You know, the metabolism really gets faster for me to the point where I'm seeing awesome gains and my muscles looked pumped, and you know, they looked to have a lot better definition throughout the day. So whenever I can, I lift the weights. Whenever I pass them, I lift them, and I just feel super amazing. So that is my advice. And now let's get to the kitchen and make my first full day of eating and what's my logic behind it. And this is my current program that I follow, with which I'm losing weight, and I'm also keeping my hormones in check. So although I'm losing fat, I don't lose my cycle, which for girls is pretty damn important. So let's see what I do and what I figure out for myself to work. Okay guys, the first thing that I do is to boil 5 eggs. Right now I have 3 from the previous day, so that's why I'm trying to boil more eggs so I can have at least for 2 days, so 5 eggs. And that is because eggs are actually pretty amazing. They're so nutritionally dense, and they have some hormones like estrogen and a bit of testosterone in them as well, and that also helps a lot with managing hormone levels, not only for overall health but muscle building is just awesome. So there's so many studies and, you know, bodybuilders from the past that ate a lot of eggs. That is because it's really acting very awesomely on your muscle building. And for me as a girl especially, it helped me bring my hormone levels back to perfectly normal, where they were, you know, before this thing happened to me and I lost my cycle, because I was on a very low fat diet, which is a typical bodybuilding diet, and yeah, it's not good. So either on keto or on low fat diet, the opposite, you can probably lose your cycle if you have normal hormones. You know, the whole life I had normal hormones, and all of a sudden I lost my cycle because I was either on keto or then I was on low fat. So both cases, I mean both types of diets can lead to loss of cycle, no matter if you're at a normal body fat percentage. I never was that lean anyway. I mean, I'm trying to get to that, but my body is too, well, you can say too feminine, and is not from that type that it just gets abs very easily. And there's a lot of girls that are just more with that structure of a guy, you know, with hips like this, and they're very lean naturally, and they get abs very easily, and they're very dry, so to speak, looking. But I'm the opposite. I'm the curvy type. So you know, even if I have a lot of fat to lose, still I can lose my cycle, not because of that, but because of the fact that I don't have enough fat in me in terms of what I eat to produce the hormones that are needed for cycle. And not only for that, but by the way, my libido also disappeared. So fun fact, libido disappears, you don't want to have sex at all. And then I mean, that's terrible because I never was like that anyway. And then, I mean, I was normal in that regard, but yeah, that happened. But after I researched what I can do to naturally, you know, bring my hormones back on track, I basically was able to fix that just in about 2 weeks, and now everything's back to normal. So now 1 month after I'm in this diet that you're going to see, and in this meal plan that I constructed for myself, I eat always 5 eggs a day that are boiled. I can also eat them just, you know, just prepare them in a pan with vegetables, but I just don't like eating that. I kind of got, you know, sick of eating that. Well, not sick, I was just, you know, got tired of eating that. But I can't tire the boiled eggs for some reason. So you'll see how I eat them. I always eat 52 grams of fat every single day to maintain hormone levels. So let's get to the rest of the meals, shall we? By the way, you can put your eggs in cold water, not in hot water, because that way they won't pop, or at least most of the times they won't pop. Okay, so while I wait for the eggs, I'm going to prepare my next meal. All of those meals that you see right now are going to be basically my first meal of the day. 3 meals, sorry, 3 meals, but I'm going to eat them at once, so you'll see why and how that looks. Okay, so first I put stevia, because that's gonna be one of the cheat meals that I eat as a first meal. And of course I do intermittent fasting, so I'm starting to eat from 12. This is a very good stevia that I buy from Bulgaria. I put 11 milligrams of that first in. Then let's see what's next. Then I put milk. This is 0.1% milk, 350 milligrams of that. And why? Because the calories, if you can see here, are freaking awesome. This has twice as few calories as regular milk, which is going to save you so much calories, and it's actually, you'll not know the difference when you do a meal like this. Okay, that's 342 milliliters. And of course I log everything in MyFitnessPal. Okay guys, so after the milk is poured, I eat this or rice. I mean, I usually bought the 3 kinds. This is gris. I don't know how it's in English, but I think, yeah, but well, no matter those things, 100 grams of these, this is what, 116 grams, if you can see that. 100 grams is 109 calories. So this is like 127 calories when I pour the whole thing in. And it's basically, if you like macaroni with milk, which is one of the most delicious things that you can have, this is a great substitute for that. And it's going to be a cheat meal that you can always eat every day. And along with the milk, is not really that much calories at all, because the milk is 99 calories and this is going to be, I think, 127. So let's see. Scanning the barcode with MyFitnessPal. I put 100 and now it's 117 grams safe, and it's 128 calories with 22.8 grams of carbs, 1.7 fat and 4.7 protein, which is awesome. I mean, it's not ideal or anything, but if you want to have a cheat meal that is gonna be very big in terms of volume and it's going to keep you full, if you have something like this in your country, it's awesome. This brand is very famous here, so yeah, I recommend it. It's not the healthiest thing in the world, but if you're fast like me, and if you're workout, if you're active, and this is low in calories, low in sugar, you're gonna be just fine, and you're going to be able to sustain your diet because you actually have something that's really sweet and delicious. You're making it more sweet with stevia, and it has 0 calories, and it's big, it's gonna fill you up. So it's a great hack that I managed to find out for myself, for me, and it works for me, and I don't cheat or anything like that because this fills me up and it's very delicious. While the eggs are still trying to boil here, I'm putting that thing, the macaroni, on the stove, and I start to stir it all the time. At least it kind of starts to boil, but immediately when it starts to boil, I put it off and I just stir for a minute, and you just leave it and it gets thicker and thicker and it's ready. Then I'm going to put 30 grams of protein in it and stir it even more, so that's gonna be awesome because it will have more protein in it, it's gonna be more delicious and with even bigger volume, and it's an awesome way to get your protein as well. Remember to constantly stir it, guys, because if you leave it like that, it's gonna stick to the bottom of the pan and you're going to get a very burnt result. So don't leave this at all, just stir it. It's gonna be done in like 3-4 minutes tops. Okay, now so this is done and it's gonna get thicker as it sits. The eggs are boiling. I'm going to leave them like that for at least 3 minutes because I don't want to be, too hardly boiled. Now let's get to the next thing. Okay guys, now we're starting to prepare one of my main courses with which I'm starting to eat, and I break my fast with that meal particularly. So first I have this cauliflower that I froze beforehand. I'm going to put 140 grams. Next guys is copriva, and copriva, it says here, is netto frozen. Yeah, netto. I never knew how it's copriva in English, but apparently it's netto. So copriva is one of the most delicious plant foods that you can ever have, believe me. Around 80-90 grams. Even though it's a vegetable, guys, it is carb, so you have to track everything, including the cauliflower, everything. So as usual, scan the barcode and type in 89 grams, 37 calories. That's done. Just put it like that, frozen. Then this is a Chinese vegetable mix. It's pretty great. An accident. 42 grams. So I put 45 grams after I gathered all the pieces that were that were spread around. So this is 13 calories. And I will put all of that into the microwave to defrost. Okay, so while this is defrosting, I have these awesome tortillas that are high in protein. As you can see here, in 100 grams, it has 22 grams of protein, but we are not going to eat 100 grams. We're going to eat only 42 grams, which is only one of these babies. So, but remember to always look at the label and weigh everything, because it says that it's 40 grams at MyFitnessPal, but it's 42. 41 now this time. Well, that's a surprise. So yeah. So let's see what I can cook and what I can make with this awesome thing. Just to show you guys that this has 130 calories, this small thing, so it's not to be, underestimated. But it's going to basically replace one of the cravings that I have, and that is for pizza and döner. And döner is something like falafel, but I mean both things at the same time, so let's see how that's gonna look like. Okay, while we wait for all of this deliciousness, let's see what my Puhi is doing. My Puhi! My little bunny bun. Oh, the microwave is done, but she's awesome. She's sleeping. Well, she's trying to sleep while I film here. She's so cute. A fluffy muffin. Oh. Okay, so as I was trying to prepare my tortilla, this got ready. I mean, this got defrosted. So now I'm going to put delicious stuff in it, make it a whole full meal, and then put it back into the microwave. And that's gonna take around 6 minutes. So while that is cooking, I'm going to make the tortilla. So let's do this actually and see what's the idea behind it. This is whey quark, at least that's how that's what it says on the label. It's like cottage cheese, but it's fewer in calories. Sometimes it's higher in protein, so if you have something like this in your country, this is casein protein, basically pure casein protein. So if you have something like this in your country, buy that, not cottage cheese. Although cottage cheese is very delicious, but it's really like twice the calories sometimes. Okay, let's move to this. I just can't wait for you to see what this is gonna become. So those are egg whites, and absolutely awesome. Lower in calories, 45 calories for 100 grams. This is absolutely amazing. This is basically pure protein. So I'm just pouring that 130 grams of that. Then one like middle size mushroom, but you can put a bigger size mushroom, it really doesn't matter because they are so few in calories. But you always put that scale on because I totally forget now. So yeah, that is 12 grams, which means that the whole mushroom must be around 20 grams. But don't do it like me, put the scale on first, then put things in. You know, it's very important. Now it's time for some spices. Red pepper. I love red pepper. But I mostly put those spices because you just need to eat them. They're super important. And in this Nescafe, you know, this is actually not Nescafe, this is curcumin. Curcumin? Yeah. So I put a bit of that on top. Then I take black pepper because you need black pepper in order for the curcumin to be absorbed by the body and actually to make use of it. So it's very important for those two to go together. And that is chubrica, which I have no idea how is that in English. I gotta check, but it's one of the best spices that you can have. You can put as much as you want, really. And here I have pink Himalayan salt. And I'm gonna stir everything now. This is how it looks like. Now I'm going to put a bit of filet in it, but you can go, of course, without meat if you like. I just like to put meat in it. It tastes a lot better and it adds to the protein content. 36 grams should be enough. This is a very good filet from Lidl. It has only 95 calories, 100 grams, so it's awesome. It's pure meat. And 30 grams of this meat is only 29 calories. So I put all of that again into the microwave for about 6 minutes. Now that I have my delicious vegetables, egg white and meat based meal cooking for 6 minutes, I can move on to my tortilla. So I'm trying to get the tomato sauce. First tomato sauce, around 40 grams of that. Of course I'm gonna scan it with my fitness bow. Just don't ever forget to do that, please. Always scan everything with my fitness bow. It's a good thing that I did enter that meal myself. Now I have the percentage in calories, because a lot of times when you enter food in my fitness pal, it's just not accurate, but I did it manually, so now it's perfectly accurate, and I log that in. Okay, then I put 45 grams of the whey quark. Again, a bit of salt, because the whey quark doesn't have any salt, like none. And then again the chubrica, which is optional, and I just pour the whole chubrica from, well, that's too much, but it's healthy, so I'm gonna eat it, okay? Watch out when you pour spices on top. Thank God I love freaking chubrica, because I put so much. It's it's way too much, but I don't really feel it. I mean, I don't really taste it when I put less, so it's gonna be completely delicious, I'm sure. And again, chubrica is very healthy. It hardly has any calories, so I'm fine. Okay, next thing that I want to put on are pickles. I just love pickles, low in calories, and fermented food actually is very healthy for you. So yeah, I put one pickle on to weigh it. It's 36 grams. So the pickles have 11 calories. And my other dish in the microwave is now ready. Here's how the ready meal looks like. It's big, it's heavy, it's absolutely delicious. This actually weighs around 1 kilogram and 30 grams. Yeah, so it's not small at all. Continuing with my tortilla, I just cut the pickles on top. Now we'll add from that meat that you saw earlier. I just put 37 grams of meat there, and it's absolutely awesome and delicious. Next, cheese, Bulgarian cheese that is called kashkaval. It's very delicious. Well, depends on what kind you buy, but yeah, most are good. This is the full fat version, but it's high in protein as well. I'm just trying to get to my 50 grams of fat a day, which I'm successfully achieving, by the way, with all of that I put here. So this is 33 grams of this kashkaval, and it's absolutely awesome. Now we're going to put this into the microwave for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. While I wait for, my tortilla to be done, I'm starting peeling all the eggs that I have previously prepared. My tortilla is ready. Now I'm just gonna roll it like this, and it's extremely soft, but it's not falling apart, which is great. This is a very awesome protein tortilla, I'm telling you. So I'm doing it like this. Now when I peel every egg, I'm just gonna put them around here, and you'll see what's gonna happen. Okay, now I turned on the scale and I'm starting to place the eggs here. So those eggs are 270, wow, 78 grams. Now I'm going to cut them and pour some low-calorie ketchup on them. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. Okay, pour a bit of Himalayan salt on them. And by the way, guys, Himalayan salt is not like other salt at all. It's extremely healthy. It contains so many electrolytes. It's just awesome for you, so don't worry about it. Of course, don't make it like too salty or anything, but just pour enough that doesn't even have a gram. It's a fraction of a gram, but it's gonna make everything taste a lot better. Although I freaking love eggs for some reason. And this is ketchup. In Bulgaria it's called Ruby. It's only 22 calories per 100 grams, which is amazing. There are so many fitness ketchups that I used to use before, but they're so expensive, the zero calorie ones, and they're not really zero, just per serving. So this is basically the same, but it's so much cheaper. Okay, so 34 grams of that, and that has only 8 calories. So 8 calories for this is totally worth it. Now I'm gonna finish up with a bit of chubritsa once again. And this is how this meal looks. Now, these are 5 eggs, but for my first eating of the day, I'm just gonna eat 3, and I will leave 2 for the last meal of the day. So that's my strategy, to keep full and not be hungry. I mean, it's a part of the strategy. Now, let's go to the sweet meal. Those macaroons became so thick. So thick. So that's what is very good about them. They just become so thick, they suck all the moisture, and they became like a full whole meal. So I'm gonna put 30 grams of chocolate stevia, my protein here. You can use your protein of choice, of course, but I'm using my protein right now. Just stir everything up very good. This is how this looks like, and it smells awesome, just like chocolate. And this is how my micronutrient circle looks like every freaking day. So every day I have around 52 grams of fat, 89 to 100 grams of carbs, not more, and protein around 149 grams or more. I mean, depends on my whatever I do, but I try to stick to those macros and to those calories that are around 1438 or 1500. So that way I ensure that I always get leaner without having any hormonal problems. This is how all the meals look like. Believe it or not, I am going to eat that right away, the whole thing. Then I'm going to get on the treadmill and walk for an hour, study on the treadmill, and then edit videos and film my last meal of the day, which are going to be those 2 eggs that are going to be left from here and 1 other bowl of deliciousness. Okay guys, now it's 1 hour and 30 minutes since my last meal. I just ate the rest of the eggs. I'm going to make my last bowl. Okay, here we have some frozen, well, berries, and let me just show you what we're going to do with these. So, I scanned the barcode as usual. Put like 36 grams here. This is 8 calories, 36 grams, which is great. Then onto the strawberries. That is 51 grams. 51. That is 18 calories, if you can see that. Last but not least, some red berries. Just 10 grams. I don't want to put too much carbs in, you know, because I don't need that much carbs at all. I just need the micronutrients, you know, the vitamins, all of that. That's what I need to just be present here. It does not need to be a lot. So, next secret thing that I'm gonna put here. Okay, this is once again by Dr. Yotker, I think it's pronounced. So this is like oatmeal, but it has a lot less calories. It contains oatmeal, it contains also milk, a bit of sugar, a bit of starch, some cocoa butter, some seeds, some chia, and could contain some nuts. But this whole pack is 60 grams. For 100 grams, this is 114 calories. So that means that 60 grams is going to be around 70 calories. But let me just see. This is exactly 60 grams. And as usual, I'm just scanning the barcode. And I'm entering 60 grams. 68 calories, which is awesome because this is going to be a pretty big bowl as well. What you do next, you just boil water. You can put some stevia if you like to be a bit sweeter. While I wait my water to boil, I also can put some chocolate flavor bars. They also have no calories, but they will add to the sweetness and to the chocolate taste of all of this. Okay, so this is going to get thicker because of the super hot water. It's going to get thicker in like 3 minutes. But in the meantime, we're going to add in the rest of the things that are going to make this the meal that is so satisfying that I'm going to be left with only this. I'm not going to eat anything else till tomorrow, same time at noon. And that is about 20 hours of fasting. So this is going to be so satiating and so filling that I'm not going to need to eat anything, and I'm not gonna be hungry. And even I get a bit hungry if I'm working out too much, or you know, overall I spend too many calories. I'm not gonna be that hungry at all. If you drink like a no calorie coffee, just a black coffee, decaf for nighttime, let's say, you'll not feel hunger. Or you know, mineral water, sparkly water. But You know, since I have this kind of a plan, I don't really need to go to any kinds of lengths to not be hungry. I'm just not hungry for 99% of the time. As long as I eat in this small window between the two meals, I'm so full, I'm not letting myself getting hungry. I can last for the next day for 20 hours. It's just how it works. So now we're going to add from this whey quark 52 grams. It's good. And lastly guys, I'm going to add 16 grams of whey protein chocolate stevia. So this is the consistency. It's pretty liquidy, but it's not actually that not thick. I mean, it's liquidy as it seems. But my recommendation guys is to get a protein that is whey casein blend. That's gonna be the best option. But I don't have such protein at the moment, so I have to use the normal one. But for this, definitely, if you can, use whey and casein blend. That for me is the best type of protein, the best protein mixture, because the casein and the whey together just make awesome mixture. And you have both casein, which is slow active protein, basically slow digestive protein, and you're going to have amino acids that are going to be released throughout the day, and you have the fastest protein as well. And when you add casein to whey, it just becomes, well, like casein for the most part, and it's going to give a lot thicker and fuller like substance and creaminess to the whole chocolate soup. So yeah, if you can get that. I'm waiting for mine. It's still in England, so yeah, I don't have one, but this is still very good, still very satiating. But if you can get mix of the two, I recommend that. That is it guys. I hope that you enjoyed this, full day of eating and training in the bit in the morning. I'm going to eat this right now and edit this video so you can see it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And remember, this is my optimal way of eating at the moment to achieve my fitness goals and optimal health for my body as a girl. But also, sometimes when you wonder if you should do like a bodybuilding type of diet with low fat, yeah, of course you can do it. If you're a guy, you're not going to have a significant impact, at least not as significant as I did when doing that. In terms of the hormones, eventually maybe, yeah. So this is a bit slower way to see the weight loss because it's much higher in fat than I would usually go, but it's also lower in carbs, so I kind of compensate in that micronutrient ratio. It does work wonders, but you have to wait a few more weeks to see the results starting to actually show. But they are showing, and I'm very happy because I'm satiated, I'm not hungry, I'm full of energy, I'm done with eating for the day in just 4 hours of window, even less sometimes. I don't have to think about eating, and I have more time to do whatever I want, and the meals are repeating themselves. And if I ever decide to switch a meal, I'm just gonna switch a meal that has similar macros or almost the same. That could be done like through different types of pancakes and other stuff if you like to replace a meal. But the way that I did is just more filling for me. So it's optimal right now at this stage, and I'm very happy with it. Let me know, of course, what you thought. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching and for the support. Till next time with me, Gary G Reviews.